Happy Sunday, guys. We're here talking about being a great leader. This is part 2, which is to say after you have identified your core principles of leadership, those 3 phrases or 3 words that we talked about last, you need to now expound and really go in deep dive on all 3 of those particular principles so that you really understand what you're talking about. Now, what do I mean by a deep dive? Get your notebooks out, guys. You guys know how I love to mention notebooks. I believe written work is very, very important. On the top of each page, you're going to put your 3 one-word or one-phrase ideas for what your core principles of leadership are. We'll use my core principles as an example. In my case, it's courage, accountability, and embodying the standard or being the standard, whichever way you want to look at it. So at the top of one page, I'm going to put courage, and I'm going to write a paragraph or more about why I believe courage is important, an important core principle of leadership. I can talk about examples when courage is needed, why it's so important to be a courageous leader, how that can help my team accomplish the mission or the goal or whatever the case may be. But I want to really expound, get all my thoughts out there. Again, it should be at least a paragraph. It wouldn't be crazy if it's a whole page, right? So I'm going to go into that over courage. I'm going to go into that over accountability. I'm going to go into that over embodying the standards. 3 separate pages, all the information I can have. It may take research, it may take drawing on your personal experiences, but you want to really understand why each of these 3 principles matter to you as far as leadership. Now, here's the tough part. After you've built out that paragraph or that page on, say, courage, you need to boil it down to 1 sentence. Courage is the 1 word, but you need to express why you believe courage is important in just 1 sentence. Let me tell you why. Any idiot can complicate things, guys, and you're going to be dipping into your idiot brain a little bit by expanding what you believe as far as courage should be for leadership, writing out a whole paragraph, a page, a couple of pages, whatever it is. But make no mistake, anyone who is truly comfortable and has mastered the subject can express it very succinctly and very briefly. So, courage, for example. I've written a page, I've gone over all these things why I think courage is important, and so now when I've done all that, I go back and say, okay, how can I boil this down to 1 sentence why I think courage is important to good leadership? For me, it's pretty simple. I believe courage is important for leadership because you have to have the courage to make unpopular decisions and put the mission first. Simple. Now, if someone asks me more questions about it, I can expound on the thoughts that I put down on that page or whatever the case may be. But make no mistake, guys, if you can express your core principles of leadership very briefly and very succinctly, you don't have a handle on it yet. Keep working until you have a handle on it. You might get into some of the words you're using and feel like, okay, maybe courage isn't the word for me. Maybe integrity is the word for me, or whatever it is for you. Make no mistake, guys, I'm just telling you the process by which how I can arrive at core principles of leadership and how it can help you. But your words, your phrases, what you believe is core to leadership is still going to be different. So, you have your 3 phrases, your 3 words, what you believe is core leadership. Expound on all 3 of those words. 1 nice long page, a paragraph or a page on any of that. Go into as much detail as you feel you need to, but no matter what detail you go into on that paper, at the end of it, sit, look at that paper and say, okay, how can I boil this down to 1 sentence that expresses this particular core belief? And what you'll find, guys, quick math, is that at the end of it all, you should have 3 sentences. You have 3 key words as far as your core principles, 3 1-sentence descriptors as far as how those things are important to leadership for you. And then when you can get your head and your hand around something so simple, so boiled down as far as how you view leadership in just those 3 principles, those 3 sentences, then you actually have something. You have a framework to which you can go forward and start leading people. Now, our next series, we're going to go into actually looking for leadership opportunities, and I'm going to tell you some of the other things as far as going from 0 leadership experience to some to being a great leader. But thank you guys all. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. By the way, I think we're going to release these shirts in black as well as white, but I like them right now. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys.